Hello everyone, and welcome to This Could Get Dicey, where tonight we have a Halloween one-shot for you all. I'm Becky, I'm the game master for This Could Get Dicey, and I'm joined tonight with our normal cast of Destiny, Kenny, and Alex.
Spooky.
Our patrons voted, and they desired a folktale horror story, so that is what I'm going to attempt to give you all. We'll see how it goes, though. Tonight, we are playing a brand new game that I created called But We're Just Peasants, which is a D6 system in which everyone rolls at least 2 dice when a dice roll is called for. Everyone has a starting roll in society, which grants them a point to a stat. The stats are charisma, strength, handiwork, luck, and speed. The more stat points you have, the more dice you get to roll. That is a very simple rundown of that. This is the first time we're using the system, so wish us luck. This is a story that does take place in the world of Drugala, because we're finding that to be really fun. And so now I present to you The Man and the Raven, a Halloween one-shot. This story takes place in the early days of the dawn of Arcana. The world is still recovering from the great horrors that happened in the era of the Lost. The gods are settling back into their hands-off approach with the people of Drugala, except for one god in particular. An old folktale was frequently told during this time to teach children to be wary of the wonders of the world. Without magic in hand, there's much that's unknown, and so you should be careful. The story was that of a man and a raven he met in his dream. The raven granted him powers beyond measure, and in return the man just had to do the raven's bidding. At first the raven's tasks were easy. Go forth, have fun, learn what you can do. But then the raven's task became more. In the night, you are to cause trouble. I want you to visit the farmer. He has some cattle, you see. Just open the gate to his pasture, release them of their master. Create problems, please. It will put me at ease. The man was apprehensive, knowing that he would cause trouble for his friend the farmer. The farmer will prattle if I release his cattle. It'll cause quite a fuss. Find me something less sus. The raven waved his wing, ignoring the man's trepidations. You are to do this for me, or your powers will flee. I know you have loves. I'd hate for some shoves to end their life to be. The man, overwhelmed and scared, thought there was nothing more for him to do. I will release the cattle. I'm sorry for the hassle. The man went in the night and released the cattle. The farmer woke to his herd missing, and for days he went searching for them across the fields. The raven soon visited the man again. I see you did what was asked, but it's time for you to be tasked. I want to hold a party, you see, and the only one who can help me is thee. Upon this earth we want trickery, but we will need a special delivery. The man again feared for all that he had and decided to help once more. The demons poured forward, the man no longer untoward. Regretful, although the man might have been, it mattered not, for what he had sowed was clear. The deeds had been done, the demons released. Once ravens begun, the world will simply cease. And yet, despite how the folk story ends, the world didn't end. So surely something must have happened to fend back the demons that were released. Perhaps valiant knights thwarted the man and the raven. Or maybe it was a group of new arcanists that came in to test their abilities and clear them out. Or maybe, just maybe, it was this group of peasants we have here with us tonight. So go ahead and introduce yourself, potential heroes of the day who are just peasants at the moment. Please tell us who you are, your role in society, what you look like, and what the man and the raven first did to you or your family.
Hi, I'm Kenny. Tonight, I'll be playing Celery Sticks. I am a handy woman. She, her pronouns. I work here in the town. What town do we live in?
You all live in the town of Roseglen.
Here in Roseglen, I work here as a handy woman and do jobs here and there. I'm a half-elven woman. I've got a long blonde braid down my back that sits under a wide-brimmed hat that I wear on the job. I got just your regular old handy person clothes, like a jumpsuit overall situation with a tool belt. And I'm just real tired of this raven fella messing with my jobs.
Was there something specific that the man and the raven did to you?
Yes, the man and the raven have been steadily interfering with Celery Stick's jobs. And so at first, Celery Sticks thought maybe she was losing her touch because, things like she would repair something, and then the next day, the person would come back and be like, hey, your repair didn't work. It broke right away, or it got worse. And then she started to realize that it was being tampered with. Her work, which is usually steadfast, was being tampered with. So she realized that there was some foul play.
Classic trickery.
Mm-hmm.
Alex.
Clyde Sampson lives on the edge of town. He don't like people much. He don't talk much. He has his chickens. He has his wheat. And that's all he needs. Clyde is a tall, burly man. Huge fucking chest. Shoulder-length curly brown hair. Classic red flannel and denim overalls. Hairy body. He's an older man. And he lives alone. You see, my chickens are my breadwinners. They lay my eggs. But the man and the raven have been tampering with them, and now all their eggs are coming out hard boiled.
Very good. All right. Destiny, what you got?
I'm playing Lon today. He's just a little guy. He's just a guy. He used to talk normally and be normal sized, but then all the demons came and made him witty whittle.
What's his name?
Larn. Larn.
Excellent. Just a little guy. Yes, this is the town of Roseglen, a small town on the river that flows southward to Venzor. It's usually a pretty quiet town, and it has everything it needs here. Beautiful farmlands, pastures for cattle and sheep, small shops to refine goods into textiles, and a cute inn where the people of the town gather frequently. That's how it would normally be if it wasn't for this man in your town who apparently made a deal with a raven. And that raven also happens to be the demon prince of the night, Nanoxus. Now the town is overrun with demons and creatures of the night. You're tired of it. It has gotten in the way of your life. Life is almost not worth living in its current state here in Roseglen. You can't farm, the ground is blighted, you can't make things to sell, there's not many people here left with money, no one to deliver packages to, no one is willing to sit at the inn, buildings are falling apart. It's seemingly always nighttime here somehow. It's just about as miserable as it can be, and yet your will to live is somehow pushing you through. You know that the man who made this deal is named Valoris, and he is sitting in what is now his house, but was previously the mayor's house, and he just sits there all day watching the mayhem unfold. Your best bet is to find a way to him and take him down, in hopes that this will all end. You all are currently gathered in the basement of the tavern, the Ravishing Rutabaga, with some other survivors of the town. Many of them have fallen ill to strange diseases. They're incredibly restless. They look very gaunt. They're finding it hard to sleep, and their hunger is insatiable. Yet you three are relatively healthy, all things considered, and the townsfolk are looking to you to help them get out of this shitty situation. So, we all find you here in the basement of the tavern. What are you gonna do?
Clyde finishes his tankard of beer and slams it on the ground, and he looks at the rest of the town and looks at Celery Sticks and Larn. And he goes, "Y'all know I don't like ya. Why should I help ya?"
Well, you know, Clyde, whatever's happening here in town proper is going to make its way out to you. That little land of yours isn't going to be a sanctuary for very long. If this makes its way out there, these demons, they don't know any bounds, I don't think.
This poison has already infected my town. I've been eating hard-boiled eggs for weeks.
Well, I'm starting to like your hard-boiled eggs, so maybe we should just see the bright side of things.
Look outside, Lorne. There ain't no fucking bright side to this.
I'm a firm believer that we can fix just about anything if we put our minds to it. So, listen, I know ain't a lot of us in here healthy and good to go, but I'm willing to step up. I've fixed many things for y'all. You know I'm here for it. Who else will join me?
I'll join you, Celery. You turned all my clothes widow for me.
Well, you're real welcome about that. Are you sure, Lauren? I don't want you to get stepped on or squished.
No, I've been pretty lucky nowadays. I think I'll be fine.
All right, maybe some of my bigger pockets in my tool belt can be a little nesting spot for you. I can carry you around like a little kangaroo.
That would be lovely.
Clyde, what about you? You just damaged that nice cement floor down there. It's going to take me a couple days to fix that crack in the floor from that tanker you just threw down. So how about you pay for it right now with some sweat and blood?
Whatever's the quickest route to getting y'all to leaving me the heck alone.
What's the status? What's the status outside? Are we safe right now?
You are currently safe within the basement here of the ravishing rutabaga, but looking outside into the streets, kind of like peering out through the cellar door, you can see that the sky is quite dark on this day. You don't really know what time it is. You thought it was daytime, but the sun certainly is not selling it. There's few lampposts remain standing in the town, and of those few, even fewer are shining lights onto the street, the oil having burned out of many of them. You all can kind of see the mayor's house from here. It's like a couple blocks down the main street. It's a larger home, and it sits at the end of the street. You can also see that from here to there are many, many shadows that dance in the darkness. Creatures seemingly on patrol, waiting for their next meal.
I close the cellar door. I look around. Does anyone have any kinds of weapons or any kind of resources that might be good for a few intrepid peasants trying to make their way across a field of monsters?
Let me see what I have in my knapsack. Can I, using luck, see if I can pull out something useful?
Sure, yeah, go ahead and roll a luck check and see what you can find in your knapsack to help you on this day.
So, since my role is just a guy, I have an extra 0.2 luck.
That's right. So you will roll 3d6 and you'll take the highest two numbers.
Yeesh. 7.
7. Okay, that's middling success. We'll say that you find a slingshot with a small bag of pebbles at your disposal. They're not very big rocks, but you got a projectile weapon of sorts.
I think hearing Celery asking if there's any weapons around, I just like assuming that this building is also like a little rubbly. I'll find like a piece of exposed wall and try to just like rip out a piece of 2x4 to like be like, I found a fucking weapon.
All right, roll a strength check.
As a farmer, I have a +1 to strength.
Excellent.
That is a 9.
Okay, that is a middling success as well. So you managed to get a pretty decent 2x4, about the size of a baseball bat. Nothing too big, but it'll do.
God damn it, Clyde! I'm gonna have to fix that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fix that. I was gonna say some cool fix that line, but I'm now seeing the error of my ways already.
Why don't you also maybe use some of your hard-boiled eggs?
The only food that's sustaining this town right now is my hard-boiled eggs.
You see
And
everyone in the basement is like peeling hard-boiled eggs and eating them.
It just fucking stinks so bad down here. It just smells awful
in this basement.
It's my least fucking favorite way to eat eggs. But we don't have a choice.
I finished my hard-boiled egg, and I, as an apprentice, my role in society as an apprentice, I will look around the room and try and like piece together something that might be helpful in defending myself.
Okay, go ahead and roll a handiwork check.
Handiwork. As an apprentice, I have +1 to handiwork, so rolling 3d6.
Okay.
That's a 9.
A 9. Middling success. Okay. I'm trying to think what you could piece together here.
We have a projectile and we have a club. I'm thinking more of like a screwdriver situation, like something I can pierce with.
A piercing thing. Okay. Yeah, we'll say that you whittle together like a really sharp stake, like a nice dagger that you quickly whittle together with your handiwork.
All right, you three. I think it's time to hit the road. I'm gonna be real honest. I think Clyde, you should go first, and we should hide behind you.
I hop in the kangaroo pouch that was presented to me.
I empty out like my old rags and stuff from that pocket and open it up.
How big?
How
I know
little
you're just
are
a
you?
whittle guy.
I don't
but
know how
big
little.
you
I don't know
are?
either.
I'm thinking fucking Keebler elf. I don't know how big are we talking.
Like a foot tall, 2 feet tall, 3 feet.
Because, like, gnomes exist in this world.
Gnomes exist, yeah. How
Right.
big are gnomes?
I think they're usually like 3 feet.
Like 2 to 3
Okay,
feet.
we'll go with 3 feet then.
Okay. So you used to be human size, and then you
Yeah.
shrank down to gnome size.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So not small enough for 3 feet is still pretty big.
I still try.
I don't
You can
know.
do, like, a Freak the Mighty sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is gonna work, Lauren. This was an idea I had, and I'm still learning how to do this whole handy woman thing, and I don't think this particular project is gonna work.
Lauren is just like in front of you, just like a piece.
All right, the three of you head out of the basement. Again, you kind of see, looking out, a very dark street ahead of you. There's terrible sounds coming from the alley, snarls and bones breaking, and it's kind of wet sounding in some spots, you know.
Ew.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Oh, no.
But yeah, the three of you are kind of out there. That's you are out on the street now.
Are y'all coming or not?
Yeah, let's hug the wall. Let's find some cover.
I don't like hugging.
Very good. How the three of you? How are you approaching down the street? Are you like jet engines on, full steam ahead, or?
I'd like to. I'm assuming it's nighttime, right?
It's always
Well,
nighttime.
It's
always
nighttime.
It's always
yeah.
night here, but is there some light?
Yes, there is
Listen.
a few lampposts on your way from here to the mayor's house that has some flickering light coming from it.
Larn, at least, would, instead of, when you're trying to sneak around, you want to hide in the darkness, is like seeking out the light, that
Okay.
the bit of light that is around here. Assumably that there isn't as many like shadows like beneath a torch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll have you do like a speed check to see if you can kind of skitter between the lights here on the street.
6.
6 is still a middling success. So you're maybe not as fast as you'd like to be, and just as you're kind of making it to like the second patch of light, you think you hear something that you maybe have roused.
Yeah, I think Larn thinks they're going fast, but it's not very fast.
It's not very fast, yeah. You're still pretty slow. How are Celery Stick and Clyde making it down the street?
Celery Sticks is trying to get by stealthily, trying to find some shadow to stick to, quite the opposite of Lauren. I don't want to be in any light. I want to stay low, hide, crouch my way forward.
Let's have you roll a luck roll.
Okay. Oh, that's very good. A 10.
A 10 is
Hey.
a success. So, when a success happens, you will add a point also to your bravery meter.
All right.
But yeah, you are able to kind of sneak through the shadows and lay low, and you think you can kind of pinpoint where there might be creatures in the alleys, and you make it to up where Larn is without causing any trouble.
Clyde walks down the street like he walks everywhere. Purposeful. He doesn't hide. He walks in the middle of the street. Chest out. Couple buttons unbuttoned, and his hairy chest is really prominent.
Okay, and an effort to have you roll something still. Let's have you do a strength check to see if you're emitting a confidence and a strength about you here.
I don't give a damn what these demons think. Oh, a 6 and a 6. That's a 12.
That's a 12. That's a success. You get a point to your bravery meter. And yeah, you kind of like scoff at Larn and Celery Sticks as they sort of hide in the shadows and get over there. But the three of you, despite even Larn's perhaps rousing of something, make it about halfway down the street without any creatures seeing you all.
Look, we know where the damn mayor's house is. It's 3 blocks down the street. This is our town. Are we gonna hide? Are we gonna fight?
I'm not much of a fighter at all. I really just want to help fix the situation. No, I don't want to fight any damn monsters, Clyde. So, can you keep your damn mouth shut so we can not be attacked right now?
Lauren, you got anything to add?
I'm just a guy, so I don't really fight either.
You need to get a job. That's what you need, Lauren.
Clyde's the type of guy who, if someone says they're vegan, he has to say something. Like, he has to bring up, like...
Well, meat's delicious. You're missing out.
Yeah, he has to mention meat, yeah.
I know how to scoff louder than anybody else in town. I'm purposefully walking.
You don't even stop. When you get to Larn and Celery Sticks, you're actually like just gonna keep walking. So,
walking to the mayor's house.
Roll another strength check here.
I'll continue right behind Clyde, but I'll have my little shiv out and just be like watching our backs to defend us.
Roll another luck check.
Are we in like a single file line?
That is up to y'all.
Triangular formation. I know for sure Clyde's in front.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably in front, walking in the middle of the street. You're probably like darting from like light to light while
cool.
We see Celery like hugging the shadows.
Yeah.
I have my slingshot out as well as I'm going through light.
Roll another speed check, Larn. Clyde, what did you get?
I got a 7.
7 is middling success. It's starting to get a little bit darker. Your confidence may be wavering just a little bit. Celery Sticks, what did you get?
Celery Sticks got a 5.
A 5 is a failure. You will add a point to your reluctance meter. And yeah, as you're kind of trying to keep to the shadows a little bit, you don't see it in front of you, and you trip over a rock, and you hear something in the alley right next to you. Definitely is like moving around towards you. Larn, what did you get?
A 6.
A 6 is middling success, so you're able to kind of speed by and keep up with Clyde, but the two of you turn around to see that Celery Sticks has fallen down in the street in the shadows, and
help.
Around the street and down the alleys are piles of bodies that have been laying festering, rotting, and flies have been swarming them. And in one of these piles, just down the alley next to Celery Sticks, is a creature that is feasting on these bodies. You can see that this creature is acknowledging you, Celery Sticks, and is looking up at you. Its eyes are hollow black holes upon a human-like face. The skin is sort of withered away, the bones peeking out from beneath the rotted skin. What remains of its nose sniffs at the air. It rises from the pile. It is a lanky sack of flesh with 6 limbs. and it's making its way towards you right now.
I'm going to stand up and reach into my tool belt and throw down a bunch of screws on the ground.
Okay.
And try and like stop its progress. Just like toss them into the alleyway.
All right, roll a handiwork.
God, motherfucker. I rolled a 2, a 2, and a 1. So 4.
Oh no! You throw down all of these screws into... This is a failure, so you will add a point to your reluctance meter. You throw down all these screws in front of you, and the creature with its 6 limbs manages to like perfectly just like hit every empty spot. And it's now like in your face, sniffing like right at you.
Seeing Celery get approached by this abomination, I walk purposefully towards it, raise my 2x4 in the air, and I say, "You stay away from my eggs!" And I try to slam it on the head with my 2x4.
All right, roll a strength check.
6, a 3, and a 1 for a 9.
9. Middling success. You definitely make like a great connection with the creature, but you seem to kind of only like it's not wavering from its position here, and it sort of just turns to now like face both of you, ready to take you both on.
From a distance, can Lauren try to use their slingshot?
Yes. This can be either a luck or speed or
It's gonna be luck.
handiwork. It's gonna be luck. Okay. I'd like to think Lauren's actually like eyes are closed, aiming at this thing.
Yes.
In which case, luck would be perfect.
Yeah. Ooh. A 9.
A 9, middling success. You see as one of your pebbles like perfectly like dink hits the creature in the middle of the head, and it kind of goes reeling between the 2 hits that it's taken. What do you all do?
You also widowy run away, and Lauren starts to run away.
Yeah, Celery Sticks is booking it. She is not here for this. She's running.
Stay away from my eggs. And I turn around and I follow them.
Oh, I thought you were gonna hit it again. Okay, all 3 of you make a speed check. No, we got some bad faces here, everybody.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
No, I just had a potentially bad roll, but I got a 6 and a 1 for a 7.
Okay, 7 for Clyde.
I got a 4.
A 4, which is another failure at
That's
another
my
point to
Third
reluctance.
reluctance point. So
Okay, what happens? So each character has a bravery meter and a reluctance meter, as well as a defeated meter. When your reluctance meter is full, you remove a stat point of your choosing. You only have 1 right now, unfortunately. And you get a point added to your defeated meter. When your defeated meter is full, your story ends.
And it takes 5 points, right?
It takes 5 points. You're already kind of there. But if you fill up your bravery if you fill up your bravery meter all the way, you get to remove a defeated point. So you have removed your handiwork stat. You've added a point to defeated. You are not getting away very quickly. Lauren, what did you roll?
An 8.
An 8. Middling success. Clyde and Lauren, the 2 of you get away from this creature. Celery Sticks, unfortunately, you trip again while running down the road.
On the screws that I threw down.
On the screws that you threw down.
Slipping.
While the creature that the 3 of you just faced is kind of sent reeling, and it sort of gives up on the 3 of you and goes back to its pile of festering bodies. You see that behind you, a creature has been sort of stalking you all down the road. There's a very large cloaked figure, about 8 feet in height. It has a large hat on its head that covers its face. You can't make out any of its features. Its cloak is sort of billowing, and as it billows, you can kind of see that beneath it Underneath the cloak are just like an ungodly amount of limbs. Limbs are the first thing in horror that I go to, apparently. But like way more than 6. Like this thing has like hands coming out of every kind of part. But you're not really sure exactly what's happening before you as again the cloak sort of billows. And Celery Sticks, as you lay on the ground, you can see it's still like 10-20 feet away from you, but you see that it's reaching its hand outwards towards you, and long white fingers kind of emerge from underneath the cloak, and at the end and the tip of each of these fingers, they kind of go down to like a needle-like point, and as it keeps approaching you, it speaks out, "I want to feed."
Get your dirty fucking hands away from me. Crawl along the ground away from it.
Wait, what? You're gonna just try and get away from it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try, maybe like shoot between its tall ass legs towards my party.
Okay. Yeah, do another speed check.
Okay, that's an 8.
An 8. Middling success, you managed to catch up with Larn and Clyde, and the 3 of you are now kind of being slowly pursued by this big cloaked guy thing. I don't know if it has... it does not have a gender. Let's confidently say that this creature is just that, a creature.
It's just a creature.
It's just a creature.
Clyde, watching this creature kind of stalk towards them, will find... maybe a bit overreactive, but who knows? Everything's falling to shit. He will find like a wagon that's like parked on the side of the road, and he will yell out, he's like, "Quit following me. I hate human contact," and I will try to tip the wagon over to like block the road.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Middling. It's a 3, 2, and a 5 for an 8. 5
An 8. Middling success. You manage to block its path, and you kind of move the wagon and catch back up with Larn and Celery Sticks, but you see that this creature just kind of like keeps crawling over it towards you all.
Are there any like areas to hide?
Yes. Yeah, there's all kinds of shops along this road. Some of them have like their windows broken in, so you could get inside there. There's some crates. There's some other wagons on the street. Lots of rubble.
Larn would like to like running straight and then just like dart into a window real quick to try to hide.
Roll a luck. We'll do luck for this one.
Beautiful. Ooh, a 12.
A 12. That's a
Whoa,
success.
let's go.
Add a point to your bravery meter. You managed to find a window that wasn't even closed. It was a broken window. And you like perfectly launch yourself right into it and lay low. And you see that the creature kind of like passes you, continuing towards Celery Sticks and Clyde.
There's plenty of food around here. Don't need to be me. I'm just a handy woman. You don't need to come eat me. You go find something else to eat. I'll shout at it as I keep backing up.
Roll a charisma check.
Why does this game hate me? A 3 and a 2 for a 5.
A 5 is a failure. Add a
Jeez.
point to reluctance.
Oh no!
I didn't, I'll be honest, everybody, I wasn't sure how this was going to go or if anyone would fill up their defeated meter, but Kenny's on his way, kind
I
of.
have only 1 point, right? Just 1 point.
So far,
defeated
just
so
1
far?
point.
Okay.
But it's further than everybody else. The creature, you can almost sense that the creature like smiles at you as it kind of catches up. And you like can smell just like this rancid breath as it like puts its needle fingers like on your face.
Oh God! Oh no!
Clyde will run up to it and holding his 2x4, won't use the 2x4. Instead tries to this thing's got legs, right?
Oh, it's got legs.
It's attempting to kick it in the knee, but like backwards. Like,
Right,
you know, like
right.
I'm trying to
Break
like
its
kick
knee.
its knees. Yeah, I'm trying to break its knee like the other way, like a
Excellent.
horse.
Roll a strength check. I also love that. Let's see if Alex rolls any other check but strength tonight. I'm excited.
I'm trying. I want to roll something better. An 8.
An 8. You manage to hit it in its knee, and it kind of like keels over a little bit, releasing its grasp that it has on celery sticks. Its knee is still functioning, it's not broken, but you manage to kind of be able to get away a little bit.
I'm actually going to take this opportunity to try and pull its cloak up over its head in like a cartoon fashion so that it can't see
Great.
us.
Let's do handiwork.
I used to have more than 2 dice in this. It's an 8.
An 8. Middling success. You manage to pull the cloak up over its head, and when doing so, you are a little caught off guard by what you see underneath the cloak. This like very bony creature. You see like all the joints for all of its arms like peeking out from like different, like it has got way too many ribs. You know, it's just got like, I don't know how many ribs humans have. It's got like 3 times as many ribs as a human does. And from, all of that, different limbs and, limbs on its back, all kinds of crazy things. So you managed to buy some time, but at the cost of your sanity.
Yeah, this thing wasn't lying. It does need some food. It looks decrepit.
Lauren, are you still just hiding in this shop?
I will say I'm gonna run over there wherever I saw Lauren go to hide. I'm going to
Okay.
hide as well.
Okay, roll luck to see if you can dive into the store as well.
I'm done with this road. That's a 10.
10. Yeah, that's a success. Add a point to your bravery meter as you also dive into the shop next to Lauren, the two of you kind of like peeking out, seeing what Clyde might do next.
Seeing all its fucking ribs, I just like take my hand and I try to jam it inside of its rib to grab a hold of one, and I'm just trying to like yank one off.
I knew
Okay.
I knew that Clyde was gonna be part of the horror when you first
Yeah.
described him. a participant.
He's going
versus
to turn
a
into
victim.
Leatherface by the end of this,
Yeah.
actually.
Clyde's finally having fun.
Clyde is actually the man in the Raven.
Yeah, roll a strength check, Clyde.
That's a 1, a 5, and a 5 for a 10.
A 10, that's a
Yeah.
success. Add a point to your bravery meter as you successfully rip out a whole rib from this decrepit creature, who then, that feels terrible to get your rib ripped out, I'm sure. I won't say blood pours out of this thing, but perhaps some black ichor does as it kind of reels away and takes off down an alley, the 3 of you seemingly safe from this creature now.
Wow, yo, widowy so brave.
I take the rib. What's on the rib? Is it like covered in stuff? Or is it just like a bare bone rib?
It's got some black ichor on it, some white fleshy bits.
I like drag my fingers along the rib to scrape off all the nasty part. And like kind of eyeing it over as like a potential weapon. And I look at Lauren and I say, it ain't about being brave, it's about surviving.
The 3 of you now seemingly have gotten past many of the creatures on this street, although there are many more still behind you. And you all have gotten to the end of the street, and you are at the sort of like base of the mayor's house. Looking up at the house, you can see that it looks much different than the last time you saw it, when it was just the mayor's house. It is now the home to Valoris, the man in the story. There's more windows than there should be. There's windows that look like they're just kind of built into solid wall. There's doors, way too many doors, doors going the wrong direction and all of that. Looks like the Winchester mansion, if anybody knows about that house. And that is what is before you all.
Clyde looks over his new rib and he looks at his 2x4, and he looks at celery sticks, and he says, "Hey, handy woman, you want to fashion me like a pickaxe or an axe out of this? You want to shove it in there and make me a +1, like just like a cooler weapon?"
Yeah. That's a fantastic idea. Let me see what I can do. With my tool
Roll.
belt, I'll try and put these two together.
Okay, roll a handiwork.
A 6.
A 6. Middling success. You kind of managed to wedge the rib in there. You're not sure how secure it is, but right now it's seemingly jammed into the 2x4.
This is the best I can do, I think, right now in the moment with fleshy 8-foot creatures chasing us.
That'll do. All right, y'all. What are we doing?
I've done a little bit of work here. I'm going to try and figure out which one of these doors is going to get us inside and not in some weird demon hole. I'll try and figure out which door, like just based on the construction of the house, which door like makes sense structurally to enter.
Okay, using your knowledge of construction, roll a handiwork. Oh my god.
What
Celery
am I gonna
Sticks is
do?
not doing well.
I'm so stressed. It's a 2. The snake
It's a
eyes.
2.
Oh no.
Another failure.
Oh,
Another
fuck.
point to your reluctance meter. How many points is that on reluctance now?
I'm at 2 right now.
Okay.
5 in total, but 2 of this current meter.
Yeah, you open up what you think you're like, this is it. This is the door. And when you open it up, a sea of rats comes pouring out, carrying pieces of flesh, and they smell terrible, and their little paws are covered in blood, and the sea kind of pours out and skitters across your legs and pours out into the street, and you've just released a sea of rats into the town.
I cannot believe that Valoris let this house get rats again after all the work I did to get rid of the rats last time. Here they are once again. This ain't the right door, y'all.
Larn would like to use their slingshot to break a window open.
Okay. Roll a either handiwork or luck to kind of see if
I
you
wonder which one
can
I'll do.
close your eyes and shoot at the right window.
Yeah, every time Larn's shooting this, their eyes are closed.
As you all can tell, handiwork and luck are sort of the catch-all stats here to this game.
I got a 9.
A 9. That's middling success. You managed to pop a window open or like crack it. And yeah, I mean you crack a window open on the first floor.
Good. Hey, Lauren. Good shot.
Yeah, I literally knew I was going to hit that. And Larn jumps into the window.
Yeah, you had like cracked the window, but now you kind of fling your body through and break more glass and like scratch yourself up a little bit, but you are inside the house.
Can I hold a piece of glass as a weapon?
You sure can.
Okay, cool. The biggest slice of glass I can find.
You have a slice of glass and a slingshot now as your weapons.
Clyde will walk up to not that door that Celery Six opened. Clyde just walks up to like the front door.
Okay.
And just like big kick, try to kick through door.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Oh my fucking god. A 7.
7. With a 7, you kind of, it takes you a little bit more to get through it than you thought. And you sort of you like crack the door in half, but you have to like climb through like splinters and broken pieces of wood to get through, but you do get through.
Are we in the same room?
No. We'll say no.
After I get through, I'm like holding the door, like kind of pried open. I'm like, Celery Sticks, get in here.
Do you see Larn in there? Because I don't want to get separated.
I just like holler out. I go, Larn.
Do I hear?
Yes, Lauren, you are just in like the room over, just to like to the right of them. So you managed to get back with them. The three of you now kind of all in the front entryway here, though. This house is like dead silent. It is like so eerily quiet. All of y'all just shook your heads no. Okay. It is so eerily silent. There's a few candles that are lit. The embers of a fire are crackling still. But despite this, the darkness in here is oppressive, both visually as well as audibly. And looking around the house, it's a bizarre sight. It is as if you've walked into a giant's home. Valoris isn't a giant, or he wasn't a giant, at least last time you saw him. The mayor wasn't a giant. You're unsure what you've walked into, but every piece of furniture rises above your head. Have you been shrunken? You don't know. Something weird is happening here. The rug you're walking on is like that of an ocean. It's huge. It's a huge expanse. It's like it feels like it's a couple blocks to walk across this rug. The stairs are like a small mountain, it seems. And you can manage to easily walk under the couch in the sitting area and like all the furniture. So you all are itty bitty while everything else in the house is giant.
Valoris, you bird-brained SOB. What sort of trickery is this?
As you shout out into this like extraordinarily silent house, you all start to hear this like rustling sound beneath the rug, as if like kind of like waves are pushing it, and you're at sea, and then suddenly like through the rugs come I'm sorry, everything's limb related here, but that's what we're going with. Hands start pushing through the rug and grasping at the three of you. Hands that are not you sized anymore, but the size of someone who might fit within this house. And they are going to try and grab at the three of you.
I stab it with my slice of glass.
Okay.
It's stabbing time. I'm stabbing my shiv.
The two of you can start stabbing using handiwork checks or strength. You guys don't have stats in those, so...
I will also swing my pickaxe.
With a strength check, I assume, from Clyde. Celery sticks, what did you get?
I rolled strength as well. It's an 11.
An 11, that's a success. You add a point to your bravery meter.
Guess what? I got 3 bravery. That means I get to add 1 to a stat, right?
That's right,
Nice.
and you get to remove a defeated point.
Oh, thank God. That was weighing on me.
Larn, what did you get?
I got a 10 for handiwork.
Okay, that's a success. You also get to add a point to your bravery meter.
1, 2, 5 for a 7 for strength.
Middling success. You connect. So the Larn and celery sticks, you all like clear a path. You're like stabbing these hands left and right. You manage to like clear a path and get off the rug, away from these hands. Clyde, you kind of come up behind them. You're not quite as effective, but the hands are sort of backing up from you all, or like going back into the rug as you swing at them. You all are off the rug and away from these hands.
Is this house like multi-storied, I'm assuming?
It is, yes. Yeah, there's a set of stairs kind of before you all, so it's at least a 2-story house.
If I was in a big old house like this, I'd be trying to get up, don't you think? Maybe we should climb.
Yeah, literally the highest room in the tallest tower, you know?
Absolutely. Let's go upwards.
It's like climbing a damn mountain.
Yeah, this house ain't zoned for this kind of expansion.
How did you let this slip, celery sticks?
I'm still learning, I told you. I'm still learning. I wasn't prepared for demons.
Where's all my egg tax going towards?
The three of you head over to the stairs, which are like huge in comparison to you all. It's like a small mountain in front of you. How are you all three getting up these stairs?
Brute force.
Can I look in my knapsack to see if I have any rope or climbing things?
Let's roll a luck check to see if you
Okay.
happen to pack your rope today.
Yeah. Ooh. 11.
11, that's a success. Add a point to your bravery meter. Is that 3
Ooh,
for you?
I'm full.
Oh, excellent. So you don't have a defeated point, but you would remove one. Otherwise, add a point to any stat.
Okay. I'm gonna do handiwork.
Handiwork. Celery sticks, did you add a point back to handiwork or something else?
I added it to handiwork.
Okay, excellent. Yes, you find, Larn, a nice, big, like, giant rope in your knapsack somehow. This 3-foot little guy had this giant rope in his bag.
Who's the handy person now?
Okay, good.
What? I don't understand how you're gonna use it though. We're still down here, and how you gonna get it up there?
If I get to the top, I can hold it.
I was gonna tie it to my slice of glass and then throw the glass and hope it sticks.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
I'm thinking I should have done strength.
Yeah, since you're trying to chuck this as far as you can up the stairs, let's go ahead and do strength.
Oh, maybe Clyde, you should chuck it.
Fine, I'll chuck this piece of glass tied to a rope.
Go
I
ahead,
don't know about
Clyde.
this, y'all.
Hey, I'm just a little guy. I'm doing the best.
This is the kind of thing they do in cartoons. I don't know if this is gonna work.
A 6, a 5, and a 4 for an 11.
That's a
Of course.
success. Add a
course
point
it's
to
gonna work.
bravery.
I always
that's-
said.
That's 3 on my bravery. I'm adding another point to fucking strength.
You chuck this rope up, and it's long, but these stairs are very long too. You manage to get the rope and the glass stuck into the stairs about halfway up. It's probably one of those staircases that like goes up 10 feet and then turns and then goes up another angle. So you are now kind of at that first landing on the stairs.
I will, Clyde will pull the rest of like the rope that we just climbed up and in one arm carry the rope, and then like in the hit video game Getting Over It, when you're just a guy in a pot and you have a pickaxe and you have to like it's like quap.
Yes.
I will just holding my pickaxe like trying to quap myself up like the next set of stairs.
The next set of stairs. Okay, roll a strength check, Clyde.
4d6 feels so good. That's a 2, a 3, a 5, and a 5 for a 10.
10. Wait.
Wow.
2, 3, 5. Okay. That's another success. Add another point to your bravery meter. This game's all about min-maxing, apparently. And
It's great. It's actually really fun.
it's fun. Okay. Clyde, you managed to no problem kind of just like pickaxe your way and fling yourself step by step up to the top landing.
I just like Clyde throws down the rope to Lauren and Celery Sticks.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Climbing up.
Roll a speed check.
Oh my god.
Lauren, are you also using the rope?
Yes, to climb up.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Roll a speed check as well.
A speed check. I got an 8.
An 8, okay?
I got a 5.
Okay. Lauren, you managed to get up, no problem. You need a little bit of help at the top from Clyde, and he reluctantly helps you. Celery Sticks, you got a failure. You add another point to your reluctance meter, and you are struggling up this rope. And as you're struggling up this rope, you hear from in the hallway, someone kind of from the hallway that you just came from down at the bottom of the stairs, you see a woman appear. Her skin is pale, almost blue in this light. Her face is in a perpetually too large of a smile. Her teeth showing always like she has no lips that could even cover them if she tried. Her eyes are wide, her iris is incredibly small. Damp black hair hangs from her head. Her hands are bony and have long claws coming from them. She's the size of someone who would live in this house for giants. So you all are incredibly small, and she's incredibly large. She looks at you all kind of on the stairs there. Oh, hello. Are you lost?
Now we have an appointment with someone who is fucking up our town, so don't mind us, please.
Oh, you're here to see Valoris?
That's right.
Oh, and what do you need to see Valoris for?
We got just a few problems to fix. That's it. Just some complaints to lodge.
I'm here to kick his ass.
God damn it! You're at the top of the stairs. Let me at least get up there first. Give me a fighting chance. Becky, is there a way to get defeated points in this game? Like, if she stomps on me right now, is that me getting a defeated point? How does that work?
I was thinking about this. No, I think there'll be points as a game master in this game where you could decide this is a hard encounter. Failures result in defeated points. That is not happening here, though. This is just an encounter at the moment. Perhaps bad things could happen, but you will not be accruing defeated points from her. But go ahead and roll a charisma check here as you try and dissuade her from coming up to get you.
All right, I'm switching up my dice.
Okay.
2 new ones. A 7.
A 7. Middling success. She looks at you. I think you want Valoris to fail, and for that, I think you should run. And her eyes kind of light up, and her irises flash largely. They were very small, now they're big and taking up her eye, and she can't snap because her fingernails are too long, but she kind of claps her hands, and the stairs turn into a slide.
Oh no.
And go ahead and roll a speed check here as you try and get up what were stairs, or up the rope.
Son of a bitch. That's a 5.
A 5? God, Kenny, jeez.
I'm not going to make it. I don't know what to tell you guys. Don't ever play craps with me, I suppose.
You fail. You add a point to your reluctance meter.
God.
And the woman has kind of disappeared around the corner, but as you're trying to get up the rope, you keep sliding down. And from the walls surrounding you on the staircase, bugs start skittering out. They cover the wall suddenly like paint. There's no spiders, though. There's no spiders. That was the caveat of this. All kinds
You just
of other
mentioned
bugs.
them, so now I'm thinking about spiders.
But yes, they cover the wall suddenly like paint. They rain down from the ceiling. Celery sticks, you are covered in them suddenly. Centipedes, beetles, they're crawling all over you. They're picking at the corners of your mouth and attempting to wriggle into your ear.
Oh no. Celery sticks is yeah, fuck it. Celery sticks is gonna let go of the rope, start sliding in an attempt to get these bugs from entering her orifices, just slapping them away. Well, yeah. I guess it's a game of action, you said. She's gonna take out her canister of homemade glue, and she's gonna put it over her ears. You said where they're trying to get inside my ears.
They are trying to get into your ears. So
Fuck
yeah.
it. I'm covering them up.
All right, handiwork. Try and block your ears with glue.
That's a 12, a 6 and a 6.
All right, that's a success. You add a point to your bravery meter as you squeeze out carpenter's glue into both your hands and slap it onto your ears. The bugs move away from your ears, but they're still all over you as you're kind of sliding down the stairs here. Clyde or Larn, are y'all gonna do anything as you see your friend now being swarmed by a bunch of bugs?
Clyde will tie the end of the rope to his makeshift pickaxe and swing it around and fling it down the stairs in hopes that it catches somewhere, creating a taut rope for Celery Sticks to latch onto and climb the rope back up.
Okay, roll a strength check.
A 9.
A 9. Middling success. You get the rope down there and embed it into this slide. It's very taut now, but it's a little further away than you had wanted it to be. So Celery Sticks is gonna have to climb just a bit to get to it.
I'm going to use this glue that's on my hands to help me just turn around on the slide and start climbing upwards.
Okay, so you've put glue on your hands now to try and use it to stick to the slide and get to the rope. Go ahead. We'll continue your roll another handiwork here.
Spider-Man.
7.
7. Middling success. You managed to cling onto the rope, but you're having difficulty getting up the rope. The bugs are now kind of like trying to climb into your shoes, and they're biting at your legs.
I'm in quite a pickle down here. I could use some help.
Can I use my slingshot to just try to hit the bugs away?
I like it.
With my eyes closed.
Okay, with your eyes closed, so it's locked.
Shoot this damn thing with your eyes closed.
The whole
Really
time.
good.
That's an 11.
An 11, that's a success. Add a point to bravery, and this is incredible what you're seeing actually here. Clyde, you're trying to
for a lot of reasons
to, grab the rope, and then Lauren, you take a deep breath. You meditate for a second, close your eyes, pull out your slingshot, and just do 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 like a little machine gun at the top of the stairs with their eyes closed, manage to hit off so many of these bugs. You've created enough space for Celery Stick, you can kind of get your feet up from the bugs, and you would be able to kind of climb using your hands and your feet against the slide here. You make it to the top with the help of your fellow townsfolk. The three of you are now at the top of this landing of all the stairs. The stairs are still kind of a slide, and the bugs are still there, but they're not making their way up to you. You all are safely on the second floor.
Is that lady still down there?
She disappeared. You don't know where she went.
Y'all, there ain't nowhere to go but forward purposefully.
I have to agree, actually. Let's just fucking go. First door we see. Clyde, take me there.
Yeah, you all kind of look down the hallway, and you see that on here there seems to be one door that is of note, conveniently, for you all to get to. With purpose, you all are headed towards this door with strength in your mind and in your body, or with speed, or
with luck.
I
go in with my eyes closed.
I walk up to this one clear door and I take my pickaxe and here's Johnny just I hack into the door to create a hole so I can look, I guess make my own peephole to look inside.
Okay, roll a strength as you do that.
Let's go, B. 6 and a 4 for a 10.
That's a success. Add a point to your bravery meter. The three of you kind of together have made it to this door. Clyde, you've poked a hole in here so you can see inside the door. And inside the door, you see a man kind of sitting in it. You see now that something weird is happening. When you look into this space, everything is normal sized, and you feel like you would be at the same height as the man that's in here, but yet looking still out in the hallway, everything is enormous comparatively. But this man is sitting in a chair in the room, looking out the window, and you know that window looks down onto the main street, and he's just sitting there looking out in the window. Doesn't seem to notice you all hitting at the door.
I was gonna make a The Shining reference, but should we be more tactful?
I'm about up to here with tact. I'm ready for some good old Clyde punching things. That's the kind of mood I'm in, honestly.
You got anything to add, Lauren?
Such disdain for Lauren.
Lauren doesn't have a fucking job.
Yeah, we should just go in, I guess.
Clyde will headbutt through the hole he made and go, "Here's Clyde Sampson."
Samson. We didn't know that, did we?
Yeah,
He said it.
Samson.
Clyde, you bust through the door, and again, like as you're like entering into the door, like through the door, the room kind of is a normal size. If this chair was out in the hallway, you think you would fit under it, but in this room, it is now like a chair that you would fit in perfectly. And as you bust through the door, and your two friends kind of come in behind you, the chair slowly creaks and spins to look at the three of you. And here before you is what you believe to be Valoris. And you remember Valoris from long ago, a conventionally attractive man. He was a local farmer. He grew pumpkins or something like that. He had a wagon you remember in town. But this is not the Valoris you remember before you. Could you even call this a man that sits before you anymore? You're unsure. What remains of Valoris' face is gaunt and twisted into a grimace, and there's horns sticking out from his face, peppering his entire face and body. They pierce out of his skin, on his arm, his scalp, his hands, blood dripping from each one. His brow is heavy and blood drips into his eyes, which he can't even seem to keep open. This man, despite his state, grips tightly upon a grimoire. A book covered in blood and black feathers are pasted across the leather. Valoris' grips onto it for dear life. You can infer that this is where his power must come from. It must be a gift from the Raven. You think to yourselves, destroy the book, destroy Valoris, get back to the town? You sure hope so. Who is there? He lets out a cry of pain as he moves slightly to try and sense who might be there. Tell me, who is here? Friend or foe?
Pumpkin farming got too tough for you, huh, Valoris?
Clyde.
Yeah, it's Clyde.
Valoris, we came to see if we could talk you into some sense. The town's in quite a state, and I know you'd be welcome back with open arms if you was to help us fix it.
Roll a charisma check.
Nah, that's a 3.
There's another failure at a point to your reluctance meter. What are you at for your reluctance now?
I'm at 2.
You're at 2, okay. Oh, celery sticks, I know that voice. I don't think so.
Can he see?
You can like see that like he has eyes and he's like trying to like peer out, but like there's like blood that pours from like his forehead like into his eyes, and his brow is like wrinkled and kind of pushing down on his eyelids, so he can't see like very well, but you think maybe he can kind of perceive a little bit.
Well, I don't want to make my presence known, and I want to try to sneakily get to the book, the grimoire.
The grimoire. That's in his hands.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a speed check.
Sure it's not luck?
I'm sure this time that it is speed.
7.
7. Middling success. You get to the book and you probably like get your hands like on it, but you're just a little guy. And even though this room is like normal size, you still probably just come up to like the waist on Valoris. You get your hands just on the book, and then Valoris kind of like rises, hearing the three of you in this room. He rises and blood starts kind of dripping from like all of these horns that are sticking out of his body. And skin starts separating and splitting, and you can kind of hear the tearing of flesh. He breathes as deep as he can before moving his arms to embrace himself and to embrace the book even tighter. And on his exhale, he flings his arms outwards, the book still in hand. The horns rip from his skin, swirling outwards into a storm. They turn into feathers, and he lets out a sigh of relief as all of these piercing horns have left his body. They rapidly come back to him, piercing back into his skin, but this time not as horns, but as the feathers they've turned into. He has become this humanoid bird before your eyes, an avatar of Nanoxus. His face peeks out from the wreath of inky black feathers, his body covered now in feathers, human no longer. He is looking at you all, ready to squish you like the bugs that he thinks you are. This is the final confrontation, and things are very real and very dangerous. Failures will now result in a point going to the defeated meter. You all are face to face with Valoris, the avatar of Nanoxus. What do you do?
Becky, as you were just describing him, this flashlight in my kitchen just turned on of its own volition and started blinking. It's just on, and I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do.
Well, go turn it off.
No, I don't want to go over there. Fuck that. Didn't you hear? Every failure is a defeated point. I'm not leaving.
Clyde will take his pickaxe, hold it above his head, and just like two-hand axe throw it like as hard as he can at Valoris.
All right. Roll a strength check.
Give it to me. Oh, that was a 1, a 3, a 3, and a 6. So for a 6 and a 3 and a 9.
9. Middling success. You managed to hit him in the head with it, but not with the pickaxe side. It was just like the 2x4 side. So he does take a hit to his head, and the 2x4 pickaxe glances off of his head, but he's still standing.
Noticing the squeak of the chair as we entered, Celery Sticks is going to think, I know a rusty chair when I hear one, and it's going to take out her hammer and attempt to like run over to the chair and like break the chair basically at like the base of it to leave a sharp end sticking out.
Okay. Roll a handiwork.
No. No.
What is up with your dice?
That's a failure. It's a 5.
5, that's a failure. Add a point to your reluctance.
So that
meter.
is a full reluctance meter, but also failures are also count as a point towards defeated. Is that what you said?
Oh, that is true. Yes, that is what I said. So
right.
You take 2 points to your defeated meter.
Sick.
And you
Sweet.
also lose a stat point.
I don't have any to lose, so.
You didn't have any to lose.
Nope.
Okay. How many defeated points do you have?
3.
3. Okay. 3 of 5. It's not looking good for Celery Sticks. You run up and try to like hammer away at the chair, and failing to do so, Valoris kind of waves his hand, and you go flying into the air, smacking onto the ceiling and falling back down onto the ground. Lauren, what do you do?
Are there any candles around?
There are candles around, yes.
Can I try to gather a few if they're lit, and essentially like I just want to light a fire underneath what's his face?
Underneath Valoris.
Yes.
Okay. Roll a let's see. Let's have you. You're trying to do a lot right now, so let's have you roll speed to gather the candles first and see how many candles you can get.
Okay. Woo, 2.
Oh, that is a failure. So you'll add a point to your reluctance meter, but you'll also add a point to your defeated, since we are in a dangerous situation.
Okay.
You go to grab, like, you get like one candle in your hand, and Valoris turns his face to look at you, and he flings his hands towards you. Towards you, and you go flying back into the wall, the candle falling from your grasp.
Okay. How big is he?
Now that you all are kind of like normal size, I'd say he as this avatar state, he is a little bit larger than he normally would be, so he's about 7 feet tall.
Can I try to climb him?
Sure, go ahead, and that can be handiwork.
Excellent.
To try and climb him.
God damn it! 4.
Shit.
That is a failure. That is another defeated point to you and another point to your reluctance meter. Here in this moment, you all are feeling it with all the weight that you are going against an avatar of a god, and you are just peasants. Larn, you try and climb up Valoris to try and get some sort of advantage on him, and he kicks you away, flinging you back towards the door. You come crashing down to the floor.
Is he still holding that book?
He is still holding that book, yes.
Oh, gosh, okay.
I want to try to go up to him and like wrestle it out of his hands.
All right, roll a strength check.
That's a 4, a 3, a 5, and a 5 for a 10.
That's 10. That's a success. Add a point to your bravery meter.
That's my 6th bravery. I'm maxing out strength.
Okay. You add another point to strength, and you can also remove a point from defeated, but I don't think you have any defeated points. You, like, with so much determination and with Valoris kind of distracted by your two friends, you go up and just, like, rip the book from his hands. The book is now in your hands, and he changes his focus to you from your friends.
I will take the book and toss it to Celery Sticks, and say, "I never learned how to do this." And toss the book, referring to like I've never learned how to read. And I will like toss the book and then like very like just wrestling bear hug, like try to like just I'm trying to just like stop Valoris from like progressing any further, so whatever's in this book can be like read or deciphered.
Okay. Are you trying to like grapple him, or not?
I guess so. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Sure. I'm trying to grapple him.
So yeah, you toss the book to Celery Sticks and roll another strength check here as you try and grapple him.
5d6.
I'm still down at 2.
Not a very great roll. A lot of 2s, but I did get a 5 and a 3 for an 8.
8. Middling success. You managed to kind of have him wrapped up, but you don't believe it's a very like strong grapple. He'd probably be very easily able to get out of this. But Celery Sticks, you now have the grimoire in your hands.
I will open from my spot on the floor. I will open the first page and say, "Let's see what you have to offer," and open up the first page and see what do I see.
You see a bunch of like demonic text written out in like black ink. You don't know any sort of demonic language or anything, but you kind of flipping the pages a little bit, you see lots of scrawl, lots of like notes, some images about like summoning symbols and things like that. This seems to be some sort of magic book.
All right, how about this? And I'll take out a big old nail and get my hammer that's in my hand and just drive a nail through the middle of the book.
Okay. Roll handiwork.
These fucking dice. Okay. Come on. Double 6s.
Let's go.
Nice.
That's a success. Add a point to your bravery meter. You line up a beautiful shot. Like you hone all your focus. You haven't been on your game. All those bugs kind of threw you off your game. But you get a nail out and you get your hammer out, and with all the focus that you have, you drive a nail like perfectly through the middle of the book. And when you do so, like ichor comes pouring out of it. And you kind of see that Valoris takes like a blow, sort of like he's in Clyde's arms a little bit, being held back, and you see him kind of like wither and hunker down a little bit as he gets that blow to the book.
He don't like that when I hurt the book, everyone.
Can I try to find another weapon of sort, a piercing weapon of sorts in this room, and also stab the book?
Let's roll a luck check to see what you can find.
7.
With a 7, you manage to find kind of a bigger piece of a splinter from the door from when Clyde broke it open. So you kind of have a sharp piece of wood.
Okay, can I try to stab the book with it?
You can. With that would be handiwork.
Beautiful. That is a 10.
That's 10. That's a success. Add a point to your bravery meter. You also take a blow. You snag Celery Stick's hammer and hammer this splinter into the book, kind of in the same spot, like widening the hole that's already been created, and more ichor comes like pouring out of it, and you see again that Valoris is sort of hunkering over. This is clearly hurting him.
Clyde will attempt to strengthen his grapple and push Valoris, kind of like try to get a running push towards the window.
Okay. Roll another strength check.
Gorgeous. That was a 3 and 1. Get out of here. 5. Get out of here. 2 6s for 12.
That's a success. Add a point to your bravery meter. You managed to shove Valoris a good ways across the room towards the window. But as you're kind of moving him across the room, he shouts, "Enough!" And kind of releases a flurry of like these dagger-like feathers to all 3 of you. And I need you each to make either a strength or a speed check.
I want to make a speed check just for fun. I've been only rolling strength.
I'm gonna roll a strength.
Oh.
For me, it doesn't fucking matter. 'Cause they're both 0.
I should have done strength.
Well, your strength is currently. It makes sense. You're currently you were trying to hold this thing, right?
Yeah,
So your strength is currently occupied.
That was 2 2s.
There's a failure, add a point to reluctance, and a defeated point.
I also got 2 2s for a 4.
That is a failure, add a reluctance point to your meter, and a defeated point.
At a 7.
7, middling success. Clyde, you kind of get blown off of Valoris as these very sharp feathers kind of come tearing into your skin, and like a wave of force pushes you off of him. Celery Sticks, as these feathers come out, you also kind of get blown away from the book. And Larn, as these feathers come out, you're able to kind of like grip onto the book, and you kind of wedge your fingers into the floorboards, able to keep your place. And yeah, that's what happened.
Can I see in my knapsack if I have any like flint or tinder or matches?
Roll a luck check.
Ooh, a 10.
A 10, that is a success. Add a point to your bravery meter.
Ooh, I have a full bravery meter.
So you can remove a defeated point and add a new stat point wherever you'd like.
I'm adding it to luck.
Adding it to luck, okay. We're all catching on to this min-maxing thing that Alex has been doing.
Yes.
But yeah, you managed to pull out. You have like a little tinder box that you keep handy. So inside is like a little bit of like dried straw, as well as like a flint and like a little piece of metal to hit it with.
I'd like to start burning the book.
Okay. Roll handiwork as you try and start a fire here.
To give Lauren time to do this, Celery Sticks will take out their tape measure and go try to like AT Walker, like take it down.
Oh, rope.
Sorry, do the Star Wars maneuver where you like wrap up the thing's legs.
Around Valoris' legs. Go ahead and roll handiwork as well, Celery Sticks.
This is it for Celery Sticks. This is a failure. That's 5 defeated points.
Oh. What'd you?
Should Lauren go first? I rolled a 10. I'm actually okay.
Oh, okay. With a 10, you get a success. You add a point to your bravery meter.
That filled up my bravery meter.
Okay. You said you did have a full.
You can erase a defeated.
Yep.
You can erase a
One
defeated.
defeated.
Excellent. You managed to wrap your measuring tape around Valoris and get him wrapped up as he's kind of like looking down at Larn in the book. But he's now distracted and can't seemingly move with this measuring tape around his legs. Larn, what did you get?
I had a 9.
A 9. Middling success. You've managed to start a little kind of tiny fire with your kindling, but the black ichor kind of pouring from the book is making it hard to get the book to light on fire.
Okay.
I think at this point Clyde will just, seeing that Valoris' legs are tied, just start swinging, just start punching in the face, in the ribs, in the liver, trying to knock him further off balance.
All right, roll a strength check.
That's those 2 more 6s. 12.
That's another success. Add a point to your bravery meter. And yeah, you start just like pounding on Valoris, so much so that he like falls to the ground, and you start just like wailing on him. And this is for your chickens, and this is for all the hard-boiled eggs you've had to eat over the last couple months, if not like years. And you are just like wailing on this guy.
As I'm punching, I just say, "Burn the book!"
Celery Stick sees that Clyde has this part under control, and so we'll get up and go over to the book that's starting to light on fire, and take out like a little flint and start to scrape some magnesium, like he's on Survivor, or like she's on Survivor. Just like scrape a little bit of magnesium into the fire using some of her tools to try and stoke this thing.
All right, roll handiwork.
Oh, I get to roll 3 now. That's a 12.
That's 12. That's a success. Add a point to your bravery meter. And yeah, you go over and start furiously adding magnesium to this fire, and the fire is growing a little bit more. And the pages of the book are starting to catch on fire.
Can I start ripping pages from the book and like feeding it to the little flame we have going on to try to speed up the process?
Sure. We're going to say this is a strength check, though, as like this is a magically bound book, and it seems that like Nanoxus himself is like holding onto these pages into the book.
Ew, 4.
4. That's a failure. Add a point to reluctance and a point to your defeated
Yeah, that's
meter.
a double points to defeated because I have maxed out my reluctance.
What's Larn at?
Larn's at 3.
3 defeated, 3 of 5. You are trying so hard to like rip the pages out, but they're just not giving it all. The binding of the book seemingly being held together with like demonic strength.
I'll come over with the same knife I'm using to scrape the magnesium and just start trying to cut the pages away. Yeah, I'll just try to slice these pages out of the book.
Okay. Roll handy. We'll do strength for this as well.
Okay. That's a 3.
That is a failure. Add a point to reluctance and a point to defeated.
I'm back up at 4.
4
defeated.
of 5. Clyde, what are you doing?
I, as in between wails, I like yell back at them. I'm like, "How's it coming?"
This thing just don't want to burn. We're working on it. It's real strong.
It's like widowy willy tough.
Catching like a moment where Valoris looks like a little dazed. Is there anything like I want to like jam my hand into his clothes or any of his pockets to see if there's like anything he's holding that like I don't know that like we're missing?
Let's roll luck on this one as you search his person for something.
I should have punched him one more time to get another success point. Ooh, that's a 5.
That's a 5. That's a failure. Add a point to reluctance and add a point to defeated. You stick your hands into his pockets and all you find is spaghetti. Wet, cold spaghetti.
You've been holding out on us, Valoris. I've been eating eggs. All I wanted is spaghetti.
Welcome to the dark side. We have spaghetti for all. And he like rips himself up off of you and sends out another flurry of feathers to the three of you. All three of you roll speed or strength.
This is
I'm
about to
not
be
making
it.
this
What in the
mistake
world
this
of
time.
Warcraft is this boss? Fuck!
Uh-oh.
I got a 5.
A 5 is a failure. Reluctance defeated.
I got a 6 and a 5 for a success.
Okay.
I will. That's my third bravery slot filled off. I'm knocking off a defeated, and I'm adding a point to charisma.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 6.
A 6. Middling success. Lauren, you get blown away from the fire that you've been starting, back into the wall, away from the book. Celery Sticks, you manage to hold on to the book, kind of still scraping magnesium and stoking a larger fire. And Clyde, you manage to kind of like still be staying near where Valoris is, like at his feet. And in fact, like still like grabbing at his feet.
Celery Sticks will bend down to this book as she's stoking the fire, and she'll say, I don't know who... She's talking to the book. She says, I don't know who you are. I don't know what it is you want. I didn't really mind when you rusted out the hinges on that old door I fixed a couple years ago. I didn't mind when you replaced all my screws with nails. I didn't mind when you switched my rulers from metric to standard. But this has gone too far. Is this really what you want? We could have something a little more chill than this, I think.
Roll a charisma check.
See ya. That's a 4.
That is a failure.
That's actually my full reluctance bar and my 5th defeated, so 6 defeated of 5.
Okay. In this moment, you're like desperately calling out to this book to like end it, to stop this madness, to stop the destruction of your beloved town. And as you're like begging and like tears are starting to well in your eyes, the book just releases like this dark force that comes out of it and like rips the flesh from your face. Like a wave of blood like emits from Celery Sticks' body as Celery Sticks is just like eviscerated and like blown to smithereens by a demonic force from inside this book. You were just a peasant, Celery Sticks, and you tried with all your might to stop the Noxus and Valoris, but it just wasn't meant to be. Your life has ended here inside this room, surrounded by other townsfolk and this avatar of a god. While you weren't successful, your life still mattered and it meant something, and you had a heroic end.
Celery Sticks, just like her namesake, had lots of uses and very, very flexible person. With peanut butter, with ranch, whatever you want, but turns out she's just mostly liquid. It's all over the walls now.
Lauren and Clyde, you see Celery Sticks just get blown up basically in front of you. Some of the viscera from her has landed on your bodies. This book is still standing. You feel like you're close here. Either you got like one more good shot at this, or maybe it's all over for us. What do you do?
I yell at Lauren. I say, "It's too late for Celery Sticks. Destroy the book."
Is the book still like kinda on fire?
It is. Yeah, there's still like fire kind of like burning at the edges of it.
Okay.
So.
Because I'm at 4 defeated.
Okay.
I would like to check my knapsack if I have any alcohol in there so I can throw it and make a bigger fire.
Roll a luck check.
Okay, cool. I'm glad I roll 4. Okay, not bad. 9.
9. You do manage to find a small, like not fifth. That's fifth big, right? A small
Yeah.
flask of alcohol in your bag, and you shake it, and it's like a half full flask for a person of 3 feet in height. So it's not a lot of alcohol, but you got it.
Okay. I'd like to, pour it on the book where the fire's at.
You pour one out for celery sticks.
I pour one out for celery.
And the alcohol pools on the pages, and the odor from it begins to light on fire, and the book begins to burn and burn. And you can hear screams coming from the book as more black ichor comes pouring out of it. Clyde, what are you doing?
Revisiting my first strategy, I will, with anger at Celery Six's death, I will kind of football, try to lift and just push, and I am trying to push Valoris, and if I go with him, I go with him, but I'm trying to go through the window.
All right, roll a strength check.
It's a lot of 4s. That's an 8.
8. Middling success. Okay. With the book burning and seemingly becoming more and more destroyed as time goes on, and with the efforts of Clyde going to shove Valoris through the window, the two of you go tumbling through the window, and as more screams are coming from the book, and as you kind of go falling through the air, you can sense bits and pieces kind of also burning away from Valoris. Pieces of feathers are flying off in the wind, and as you're hitting the ground on top of him, you see before you no longer the Valoris you knew as the farmer, and no longer this avatar of Nanoxus, but just sort of a withered skeleton of a man. All of the wounds kind of coming back to him from where all of those horns left his body, blood pouring out of him. This man cannot be saved. He is dead. The book up in the room with Larn has burned away. All that's left is a pool of ichor on the ground. And the two of you have managed to succeed. With the help of Celery Sticks, who has passed away, the three of you, 3 peasants, managed to defeat the man and the raven on this day. It was not knights, it was not kings, it was not anyone of glory, but 3 peasants from the town of Roseglen who saved the world from the man and the raven. The end.
I widowy do the gwitty out the house.
Just in the window, looking down at Clyde, who's rolls over in pain, having landed on a bag of bones basically on the ground.
Clyde looks up at Lauren doing the gritty, and just no reaction, stands up and walks purposefully back to his farm. No word.
The demons start skittering away from the town, and the sun begins to kind of peer out from the sky, and you all have succeeded this day where everyone thought you might not. And that is the end of our Halloween one-shot.
Wow.
Spooky.
Cool system, Becky. Really scary. The flashlight is really freaking me out. I'm afraid to leave my desk.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, I hope y'all like this. I hope everyone at home enjoyed this. I hope it was scary. And I'm planning on kind of refining, but We're Just Peasants, and getting it out there for everyone to try out. So look forward to that.
Hell yeah.
And otherwise, tune in to our next episode of This Could Get Dicey, where this could probably get dicey.
Happy Halloween.
Happy
Happy Halloween.